This is the Red Lady channeling the Morrigan. Before I start, I'll give you a very short backstory. It was Friday night, last night, and well, I'd had a tough couple of days, and I decided it was time to hit the hay and maybe, read a book for a while before I go to sleep. And I was nicely relaxed and perfectly chill. So I went upstairs, and while I was brushing my teeth, the Morrigan came through to do some channeling work. And she was super angry, guys. Like, wow, angry. So I put my toothbrush away, and I sat down and I wrote everything down that came through. And before I go on, I would like to say that I don't personally adhere to anything to do with the term UPG. The term UPG doesn't mean anything to me because that's not the teaching that the Morrigan has given me or encouraged me to adhere to. So to continue, she was really angry, and needless to say, that completely upset my relaxed Friday night. So, Unverified Personal Gnosis, or UPG as it's called for short. Now then, the Morrigan has something to say about this at this time. This UPG bullshit has been taken way too far. Your personal relationship with the Morrigan takes precedence over the botched writings of the Irish law by Christian monks. The term UPG serves the basic purpose for determining the difference between what is written in the Irish law and what transpires in your own personal relationship with herself. The Morrigan is having serious concerns, and I put that lightly because she is fucking angry. Okay? She is angry at the fact that the term UPG has been drilled so heavily into new dedicants of hers that most of them now believe that any information that is given directly to them by herself in their own personal relationship comes secondary to what is written in the law. In other words, many new dedicants are being stripped of their confidence in the Morrigan's true word as given to them by herself in their personal relationship, because they have been pressed to put the Irish law in the forefront. Okay? Now, your personal relationship with the Morrigan comes first. The law and any academia around the law comes secondary to that personal relationship. Okay? So, normally I sit and I write the Morrigan. And when I sit and write, and the Morrigan's force comes through with a certain force, as it usually does when I'm channeling. But this time it's come through to the point where she had me shaking and sweating as I channeled this message, right? Now, she doesn't normally do that, but I know that she did it to make a point. Now, the point that I need to relate in this message is exactly how livid she is. How dare anyone attempt to override her personal relationship with her own dedicants? Now, she is furious that some of her new dedicants are not growing in confidence as they should do because of this. They are not having confidence in what the Morrigan has to say to them personally because of this. So, a word of warning. Let's tone all this UPG bullshit the fuck down and file it away in a little drawer marked unimportant. Okay? Now, I personally couldn't give a flying fuck whose apple cart I'm upsetting here, right? I am here as a fully trained priestess of the Morrigan in my own right. And she has trained me to be a channel amongst other things, as was in my contract for this lifetime before I was even born to this world, okay? And so I would like to add that the Morrigan did not title me the Red Lady for nothing. So when I speak, you will listen. I have absolutely no problem sticking my fingers into anyone's condescending elitist pie because it is my fucking job to do that. So, to round it up, your personal relationship with the Morrigan is of primary concern and importance to herself above everything else. And for those of you who are having concerns over this UPG business, I hope that this message from herself is clear enough for everyone to understand. Because, you know, I don't like having my Friday nights upset because the Morrigan is upset. And she deliberately came through to channel this message, right, at that specific time last night because she knew that it would piss me right off. Because after having a force like the Morrigan coming through you with an angry message before bedtime is going to take some time to calm down from, you know? You know, she could have given me that message any time of the day. It's usually, in fact, the mornings that she chooses to do channeling work with me. So not only was she angry, and I felt the force of her anger coming through, but she deliberately wanted to make me angry as well. Because needless to say, after that, I didn't get to sleep for quite some time. Now, this morning, she had me have a nosy around on YouTube to have a look at some other videos that she considers to be useful for people who are currently beating themselves up over UPG. And she actively encourages people, you know, to express the richness of their own personal relationship with herself. Express it, you know, tell the world about it, paint the pictures of your visions, you know, tell people what she's told you if that's what she wants. So I've put a few links to those videos in the description box below, and I strongly encourage you to watch each of them all the way through. Because they make some very good points in these particular videos. So that's it from me today. Hopefully I'll have a better night tonight. Please subscribe and like if you want to stay up to date with my messages from the Morrigan. My next video will be titled The Morrigan and Origins. And it may be a little bit controversial, and I'll probably be stepping on a lot of people's toes with that one, but that's just tough tits. So if you want to hear what the Morrigan has to say about her own origins, then please subscribe and hit the bell for notifications to stay tuned for that. Thank you.